we got a lot to talk about with PulseChain. A lot. So first off, let's just do our typical pricing thing. We can kind of do that, and then of course talk partially about why the reason partially that the prices are where they're at. But yeah, they are dipping more as we speak right now. So we've got Pulse right now at 4 zeros and a 1 5. I can't quite see your screen. I'm just looking at my app in the background, but got that. We got Pulse X at 4 zeros, 1034. We have Hex at 002636. We've got Ink at 54.5 cents roughly. eHex at, it lost a 0, I think. Yeah, 3 zeros and a 9 now. If you are into PDI, it's 0014. And if you're into ProveX, there's not a token yet. So we'll talk about that in a little while. But we do think that obviously the sacrifice phase, even though it's actually in a less advantageous place technically to sacrifice today as of, compared to the last, whatever it's been now, 2 weeks or something like that. I don't even know. It does seem to be that there could be a chance that people are selling their positions in these core tokens to sacrifice for ProveX. And it may have to do with, hey, they got some information more concrete about it yesterday from Richard Hart on a video. So that's understandable. But really, before we do get into that, just looking at the prices, obviously not pretty right now, but you can buy more Pulse, more PulseX, more Hex than you ever could have before if you believe in this. And it's another one of those things where I know there's a lot of people like within the ecosystem that get frustrated about like where we're at, where the prices are at. We just spent 25 minutes and do every single show talking about the conditions of the market, which are well beyond Richard's control. The intraday movements of Pulse and all these tokens is really just noise in the grand scheme of things. And if you go look at a lot of other tokens, especially like in the DeFi sector and stuff from the last couple of years, things are not looking good, pricing wise. I mean, they're down low. The difference is a lot of those, you don't even know what's going on with it anymore. I mentioned Polkadot earlier. I don't even know what they're doing now or if they're doing anything. Meanwhile, we have a founder who just got an unprecedented ruling against the SEC in court this year that Ethereum doesn't even hold to make sure that his stuff are not securities, and has a new product essentially that is maybe semi a fork of ZK P2P, but also it sounds like kind of a new product coming out soon. So yeah, the prices don't reflect what's going on is I guess what I'm saying. So, I mean, I definitely want to scoop these up here. The tricky thing is we're seeing a lot of volatility right now, of course, because of the ProveX sacrifice phase. And also we don't know where this market is going, like we just spent 20 minutes on. So I understand if people even kind of want to, sit on their hands a little bit. I saw somebody earlier in the chat saying they weren't buying right now. And I do understand that, like, people have things to take care of right now. And, you got to keep your head on a swivel. So if you wanted to build up a little bit of cash on the side or maybe just DCA a smaller amount to see where we're at, I get it because it can feel like a falling knife. So, or just the minute you get cash, just ape into the market like I've done for the last few years and pray. But anyway, this is where we're at. What do you make of the prices right now, Ewok? What do you make of where we're at?
Well, I think exactly the fact that Richard came out yesterday with a video. A lot of people were sitting on their hands at first with the sacrifice. And now that they got a video, they were, I heard rumors of Richard's not alive. I heard, it's all AI. Someone else is running his account. Mm-hmm. A lot of that stuff. And well, last night, we got a video and it, to me, sounded like he's going to do a lot, I think, to get this ProveX thing mainstream, right? It's not just a PulseChain thing. It's a broader product. It's usable on a lot of chains, actually. From going from base to PulseChain, you could do that. You could go from BNB over to Solana. So there's a lot of use cases for it. You just proving certain things that you sent whatever it may be, a title of a car. I think as long as you could get it on the blockchain, you could prove that you signed it over. That's the type of product that this is. So once we had the video from him last night, I think because you couldn't sacrifice any of the core tokens, I think you're seeing people sell them and actually throw a little flyer on it. It's a very low evaluation. And I think it's worth a shot at this point to be so low, which means, Richard needs a little bit of redemption. And
a lot of it, I think.
Yeah. And he had admitted that, they were very, very heavy on the first two. And there was a lot of sell pressure. When you give that kind of bonus to that many people with that much money that is illiquid, people were rewarded with a lot of tokens, a lot of tokens that were basically just dumped on the market. And you're still seeing the effects of that. So, bad timing, illiquid markets, there's a lot of causes to what we're seeing now. But again, I feel like people are understanding that he needs to redeem himself in a very big way. And because this one is so small, because people are so broke, I think they're scrounging together and dumping some of these core tokens. Now, in the long run, I think it's a good thing. I think that's more tokens off the market that can't be dumped in the future. So it's a combination of things, and I really think that's where we're at. This could be a very final shakeout, and when one thing starts to roll, who knows what happens? This could be very, very bullish. Are we going to go into the ProveX thing here? Like I saw somebody even explaining or asking to explain what it is. And
we will. Yeah.
Also, there is no token yet, Viper Styles. I don't know if you saw that, but I can't copy and paste your what you sent. I can't for some reason. I don't know why. When I click on it, it just shows the comment.
Either way, whatever that token address is not ProveX. So yeah, I don't know.
Unless that's I don't think that's a sacrifice address either. So
no.
Just there's no token out yet. The sacrifice will be running until July or January 9th. July. Yeah. January 9th is the final day. I do foresee it being launched pretty quickly after that's over. He even said so himself that we don't need a product to have a token. Now the either way, I think this is a good thing. I think prices, as much as it sucks to say that the prices are down this far, we are definitely shaking out some very weak hands. Maybe they're trying the shiny new thing. We'll see. But either way, this is less that they can dump this price. Or they're dumping it now to get that other thing. So the more gets flushed out, the better off I think we are.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's I don't know. It may continue for a couple of days here. I don't know what we will find as a low for Pulse. I mean, not all of the quote unquote core tokens are at lows. I mean, Pulse X is still a bit up, obviously, from its trying to remember the others. Honestly, I don't remember everything, but yeah, we're going to see volatility like this for a few days, and I wouldn't be looking at any what am I trying to say? Any of your portfolio values or anything like that. It's an interesting time. So yeah. I get people being, stressed out, upset, stuff like that right now. It's just something that we're going to have to get through. But, I wanted to kind of talk mainly about the Pulse just prices right now. I guess it's hard to do that without starting to get into the ProveX thing. But I think there is a lot of reason to be really bullish on not just ProveX. I don't mean like as the product, but the idea, the sacrifice set, and some of the things that Richard said yesterday. So there's no reason to keep looking at prices. So we can just kind of move on from that to get to his.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I didn't mean that. I just mean like I don't have anything else to say if you don't really about that. But
no,
so
no, it's down. Everything's down. Let's not look at them any longer than we have to.